walked into a pawn shop thinking she was about to cash a $24,000 check. But within minutes, police officers realized something was very wrong. What started as a simple check cashing into officers exposing inconsistencies, fake treasury paperwork, and a story that kept changing under pressure. Was she an innocent victim of an online scam, or part of a calculated counterfeit down every detail? And the situation spirals toward an arrest.
Just trying to cash a $24,000 check. The original back there, you say you cash the check once all the watermarks, everything are showing up on his copy. QIDC doesn't have it.
I had received check in the mail. And
For what?
unemployment.
You expect that check for almost $24,000?
I wasn't not really.
Were you expecting a check?
And I was in that list.
Okay. How did you get here? How did you get here?
I drove.
The car outside yours?
No, I had drove. Well, I had myself here, but the person I was with had left. Because we were supposed to want to go pick up my kids at school.
Okay.
It was in
Why did they leave?
because the wheels running late picking up my kids from school.
So what did you do to pick up your kids from school then?
Because I had told them I was coming back.
I mean, this is a part of the check.
I used to work for the state in Florida State Hospital a while back ago. Like 2018, 2019.
2018, 2019. And what since?
I was out for like a year and a half.
Okay.
And then I ended up going to juvenile facility.
Did you ever file for unemployment?
I did one time before. It was like around COVID time.
So when? The dark kind, like when COVID originally started?
Yeah.
And since the state, did you work anywhere else after press?
It was like they COVID rate had struck me in. I interviewed again. But I had never was like when I applied for unemployment, I never entered
How'd you apply for it?
online.
Okay. And who's through?
I think it was through the unemployment office. I'm not sure. It was my first time ever like applying for unemployment. Let me see.
So when did you get this in the mail?
It was like a week ago. But it didn't catch it because I didn't have my ID on me. So then that's when eventually I had finally got one today, and I was like, well, I got time to go get an ID. So
Did you say the check came through again?
it was like something but like even like before I am
Where was your ID? You didn't have your ID when you
No.
got a check.
I ended up getting my license took back when I was in charge.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Because he told me that I couldn't use my picture ID. And that's what I had been using.
Who told you that?
The engineer.
So you went today by walk-in?
So, this morning, what did you bring in here?
I had a picture ID. So on my phone.
License ID.
It was suspended at the time when I had got pulled up.
And you never ran again. When did it stop being suspended? Like when was it valid again?
It's in the process of being valid again.
You cashed this check for about a week because
I
of
didn't.
money.
No, I didn't cash this check for about a week because of my work schedule. And I tried to use my photo ID on my phone, but he told me I could use my photo ID on my phone. So that's when I had went and got the hard copy of it.
Okay. What's going on? What were you here? Tell me what happened.
Basically, okay, I received a check email that was supposed to be for that thing
When did you receive it?
last week.
Where at your house?
Yes.
Okay.
So I had this thing where I didn't have any bills and shit like that. You know, we got
Your auntie.
yes, that's why I still
I take it. Okay.
yeah. So just like that, I had some tickets to them. And so after that, that's I noticed that the check had came.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, well, you know, so last week when I picked it up, I never began to catch it. And so then after that, that's when I had only planned it today. So,
received check for $1.3 million.
Yes.
When did you receive it?
Last week.
Okay. Where's the envelope that came? Do you remember who it came from? What was on the envelope?
It was like, it was a blank envelope with the first bill stuff. You know, unfolded it, it was like the check, the rest of it. You know how to rip off a check? That's how it was.
Okay. All right. Have you ever received has anyone else seen that check? Have you talked to anyone else about that check?
No.
Okay. And the reason for you waiting about a week to...
So it's like by the time I make it back, it's waiting 7 o'clock, so everything is
I got you.
so
I got you. Question back when you worked for the Florida State Hospital. What was your salary?
like 15 something because I was OPS, I was making a little bit more than the regular salary.
Now?
15 hours. Yeah.
You worked for like 6 to 7 months.
Yeah. But and we was working like sometimes.
Okay. When you filed for unemployment, how much did you get? What state did you go to? Yeah, you got something you got. Why did you receive anything?
I had received letter saying that I had to submit some more information, but that was the only thing that was it.
Did you submit the paperwork?
Yes.
Okay. How was that?
I did it online. Like anytime I was doing everything online, but I had my YouTube like so.
Did you ever receive an approval or a denial from them for unemployment?
I just like really had too much everything else going here, so it's like I wanted to focus on me.
That was probably around like 2019 you did that.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's now 2023. Never received anything back from the envelope in the mail. Plain white envelope in the mail with a treasury check inside for $24,000. Does that seem to make sense to you?
Away because it was like I considered throwing it away, but then again I was like, well, this actually like this is my bad pay that they owe me. So it was just like
$15 an hour.
I wouldn't say it was 6 7 months because I was like I worked and then I left and then I would end up going back to work there. So it was just like
Who do you bank with?
the bank called Close Bank.
Okay, what is that? Is that
It's a mobile bank now.
It's a mobile bank. Okay. So did you attempt to cash that check in your bank? Deposit it in your bank?
Same account check. I had to order one.
What do you mean, like a debit card?
Yes.
So they require you to have a debit card in
No,
order for you?
I didn't want to cash it into the account and then I wasn't able to card.
Okay. All right. Oh, so you didn't put it in your bank because you wouldn't have a card to be able to utilize the money.
Yeah. Like even with my job, I do too. I don't have a card. My card at home, so my job give me a cash check. I mean, a check.
There's not really anything about this that's not fishy. Alright? We're asking you questions because we're trying to gauge where you're at as far as what you're going to tell us and how truthful you're going to be. But I'm going to tell you right now, not a darn thing that's come out of your mouth made any sense. Is that what you said?
No, it wasn't. I wasn't saying it was 2019. I was on 2020.
Well, first, originally, you
Like,
told me 2018.
I'm going to say 2020 because I had my kids after that.
Okay, so let's say it's 2020. Okay? It's 3 years later. Okay? 2023, now it's 2024. And you receive a check for supposedly when you apply. And I'm going to tell you right now, unemployment doesn't give lump checks. Okay? Unemployment is a payment. As if you were working. Okay? Alright. No, but I'm letting you know that I know that.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know that. Like, I never received unemployment. I never got a check from Treasury or anything. So this is like my first time actually receiving.
Just so you know, for 4 years, I did fraudulent renunciations for the department. I saw stuff like this all the time. And I'll tell you right now, we're going to be, I'll tell you right now, this is your chance to be honest, because I know exactly what's going on. I can call it exactly where I've seen it every other time before. It's mail. Probably the mail is sitting in your car out there, passenger seat, the black Chevy Malibu, and that person convinced you that you need to go in here and you need to cash this check and receive a portion of that check while they get the other. You being a single mom, I don't know if you're getting paid a lot right now. I'm not going to worry about that. But you would get a portion of the rest. And all you got to do is go in here, show your ID, here you go, this is what you got to say, and you use the whole file. And I say that because I recently arrested someone not too long ago for the same incident. We already know the person out in the car because I don't know if you know this or not, but this place has video cameras. So they come, you come here and they see exactly what car guy contacted me like instant issue because and maybe he told you that yes, this is legit and this is what it is. But I'm telling you right now, I know you're full of it. They try to do this whole thing. Oh, this is what you're gonna tell them. That way it sounds legit or tries to sound legit. The problem is that treasury check first off is fake as heck. There's nothing about that check that's remotely real. You wouldn't get an envelope in the mail 3 years later and then you claim it's unemployment. So you can sit here and tell us all day long that this is what you believe it is, or this is what you think it is, or whatever story. You need to tell us who the person is out there, how they contact you, and everything else. And maybe we can help you out. I'm not promising we can, but this is your chance to be honest because I'm telling you right now.
The person that's in the car, that's my voice.
Okay.
The chick that came in the middle, basically, my friend, so, I'm like, no, I just want to say, and that was it. But if I didn't receive anything, I'm going to be honest with you. I promise you, I am. Man, I never realized it.
So you're gonna stick with that came in the mail. That's what you're sticking with. But I'll tell you right now, we're getting to a point where there's gonna be a lot of patience with this. There's gonna be no going back and helping you without you being completely 100% honest with us. I don't want that to happen for you. He doesn't want that to happen. But you can't show us anything about anything that you applied for, any website, any email. Nothing that says you're ever gonna get the money back, which doesn't make sense. You get it back from the treasury anyway. They're not just going to send you a check without some sort of notification, especially for that amount. And with unemployment, you get approved or you get denied. You get approved, you get denied. But it's all notifications to your email, in the mail. You have documentation for everything because that's a government entity. And they have to keep records of everything. And you get noticed one piece of documentation.
I didn't include everything on myself. My friend, I gave my friend information. I gave my name, everything. I just don't understand what else. I can give all the person's contact address.
Your friend?
Yes.
What are they going to do? They're going to tell you. What's that going to do?
I don't know.
I'll tell you what. Give me your friend's information. While we're here with you. That's what she says. Let me just do it. But you want me to expect to believe that this was from a like I said, all kinds of stuff. The only thing that ever changed was the names of the people that did it. That's it. It's the only thing that ever changed.
I promise you this, my friend.
Because I can look at that check right there. It's laughable. The number that's on here, there's a reference number on here. The F941, that's to the payroll taxes. And the fact that you think that you would get a check for $24,000 basically after 3 years is ridiculous. So,
I'm not, I'm just.
Based on the chapter, this is a fascinating example of how financial fraud investigations often unfold in real time, and it highlights something investigators see far more often than most people realize: counterfeit check schemes. She claims she received a check in the mail that she believed was related to unemployment back pay. Many people did apply for unemployment assistance during the COVID era, and delays are. But as the officers began asking basic verification questions, the narrative started to unravel. One of the first major red flags was the amount of the check itself. Around in the United States are typically distributed as regular weekly payments, not large lump sums years after the fact. Investigators know this, and the officer immediately recognized that the explanation actually works. When law enforcement hears a story that contradicts established processes, they begin digging deeper. Another critical moment came when the officer explained that unemployment in that format, especially not in a plain envelope with minimal documentation, government checks normally come with official paperwork, notices, and a clear record trail. The fact that documentation confirming the unemployment claim made the situation even more suspicious. Then there was the issue of how the check arrived. According to her story, it came in a blank envelope with a... That alone is a classic warning sign of a counterfeit check operation. In many scams, criminals create fake treasury or corporate checks and recruit people, sometimes like through social media, to often promise a cut of the money, while the organizer plans to take the rest before the fraud is discovered. The officer even outlines this exact scenario during the interview. He suggests that someone may have Instagram or Facebook and convinced her to cash the check and split the proceeds. And these schemes rely on a simple strategy. Use someone else as the face of the transaction. If the fraud is caught, the person, criminal charges. Another telling moment was when the officer pointed out the technical details on the check itself. The reference numbers printed on it were associated with payroll. Investigators who specialize in financial crimes are trained to recognize these inconsistencies instantly. What might look convincing to the average person can often be exposed quick. As the questioning continued, the officer became increasingly direct. He explained that he had worked fraud investigations before and had seen the exact same pattern repeatedly, identifying the scam, it's determining how involved the person attempting the transaction really is. Were they knowingly participating, or were they manipulated by someone else? Ultimately, the officer arrested. The defendant was charged with passing a counterfeit instrument and grand larceny involving an amount between $20,000 and $100,000. Her bond was set at $27,500, sentenced her to 2 years of probation, 16 days in jail, and $668 in fines. Cases like this serve as an important reminder about the risks of counterfeit check schemes. Even if someone verifying its origin can lead to serious legal consequences, fraud investigators encounter these situations frequently. And once a transaction involving a fake financial instrument occurs, it can quickly ask you to think about this situation. Do you believe she truly thought the check was legitimate, or does the officer's explanation of the scam make more sense? Could this have been someone falling for a fraud to cash a fake check? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more